Here's your puzzle of the week. It's black to play and win. So this is taken from the game Norri against Luukkonen from the Finnish Team Championship 2025. This is an incredible position. This is a wonderful calculation exercise, actually. See how you get on. There are some beautiful variations here. So first things first, use the process of elimination. I have to say, at first glance when I looked at this, I thought, well, this is mad. I mean, it looks like white is better in this position. But it is indeed black to play and win. Okay, let's go through this slowly. So first of all, process of elimination, you have to deal with this threat to take the rook. Okay, what's the best way to do it? Well, if, let's say, Queen f7 defending the rook, then this king steps back. And if e2, I mean, that's black's best chance of counterplay, then just rook e4 takes care of the pawn. So basically you need a move which defends the rook, but also is more threatening. And that move is Queen f5. So in a way, quite a prosaic move to start. Rook is defended. But crucially, black also sets up a threat. Now, if white is casual here, for example, d6, then h5. So this is the threat. Black wins the rook with h5. Now, white has various ways of trying to meet that. Can the king step away? Well, not to g2, because then queen f1 mate. That's handy. Okay, so what are the other options? Okay, what about queen e4? Exchanging queens. But then black wins with rook h6. There's no pin now. King g2 and checkmate in a couple. There we go. Okay, what about queen f4? Well, black wins in a very attractive way now. So first of all, exchange the queens, push the e-pawn. Doesn't white survive? Well, no, because there's a sneaky check here, dragging the king to the g-file, an exchange of rooks, and the pawn will go through. Okay, let's go back. So white's options are actually, once you start to drill down into the position, rather limited. So first of all, let me show you what happened in the game. So white played king h4. So stepping out of this pin. Now what's black's best move here? Well, not h5 because rook f4. Okay, what do you play? e2. Threatening to advance and make a queen. Now white has several very interesting moves here. So in the game, rook e4 was played. Looks normal to stop the pawn queening. Black is winning here. This is fantastic. The winning move is king g8. So that frees the rook for action. And g4 was played. And here, well, there were some blunders on both sides and black eventually won. But the clearest move here is rook h6, check. And then queen f1 with two deadly threats. Rook h3 mate, as well as getting a new queen. So that wins. Okay, let's come back to this position because there's some amazing stuff here. So rook e4 was played in the game and that loses. Okay, what about rook f4? So that blocks the f-file. That could be important. Okay, so how does black win from this position? This is fantastic. So take your time, calculate it through, make sure you find white's best defense. Cheers. Black wins with queen takes rook. Now, obviously, queen takes, rook takes, and the pawn goes through. So pawn takes. Well, isn't this just winning easily? Get a new queen? Well, not so fast. Because of the pin. Maybe white is winning, but no. Watch out. Queen g1 check. Double attack. And if queen takes, then you take the queen. With the skewer. And, well, actually, black wins with the extra rook. The king just steps over, and d7 is nothing that wins. I mean, white just runs out of moves here. Okay, so that's winning. All right, one more variation. This is amazing. What about d6? How does black win in that case? Don't get a new queen. If you do that, then white wins with d7. And that's very unfortunate. Look at black's king and indeed the rook. Everything's tied up, pinned. But there is a winning move. Under promotion. Incredible. So let's see what happens if d7. Then this is the idea. The knight spins back, attacks the king, check. Now watch out. You can just go for the king. Queen h5. If king g2. And then you can take the queen with check, and that's obviously winning. And if rook h4, then black wins with this. I love it that the knight, fully takes part in this attack, actually. And then queen f1 mate. Wow, what an incredible move. What an incredible counterattack from black. The under promotion wins. Well, if we go back to the beginning, so that was the starting position, and that was the first move. I mean, one could find this by process of elimination. But if you manage to calculate any of those other variations, well, many congratulations. A really difficult position, but hopefully you found those variations also very attractive and very satisfying. So if you'd like to see the whole game, then do check out the link to chesspuzzle.net, and indeed you'll find many more puzzles there to bemuse, baffle, amaze, and amuse as well. Thanks for watching.